What's going on, guys? Justin here at JayTaySportsCards, back at it again with another video for you guys. Today I've got a little mail day for you. I've started picking up a little bit of more Sporting Kansas City cards. It's definitely been a goal of mine lately, especially with wax prices being crazy high and just being hard to get wax in general. It's been a goal to get more Sporting Kansas City cards. At the end of the day, I'm a fan of all Kansas City sports, but Sporting is really the team that I follow the most closely, and it's definitely the team I feel the most attachment to. And I feel like I definitely have some work to do in terms of picking up some cards for Sporting Kansas City players. I think at the end of the day, I haven't necessarily ripped. I mean, I definitely rip every MLS product that comes out, but there's only so many products that they come out with, and frankly, some of the products they've come out with in last 5-6 years haven't been great, and it's kind of like I buy one box and I'm done. And if I don't get Sporting Kansas City player in the box, then you just kind of move on. But yeah, I definitely want to bolster my Sporting KC collection, so I'm excited for some pickups here to show you guys. In the back here, I feel like I've shown this card a couple times in the past, but look, Shalvy's just going to keep on scoring. I'm going to keep putting him in the back here. I believe he scored his seventh or eighth goal this past weekend. He's third in the Golden Boot race behind Chicharito and Raul Ruidiaz for Seattle. Look, Shalvy's had 2 really bad years, but he is turning into the guy that he was back in 2018. I didn't think he was ever, I don't know. I was kind of skeptical if he was ever going to find his form, especially 2018 form, but he's really come back. So that's good to see. And then here, I've got a autograph jersey of Jimmy Nielsen. Any Sporting Kansas City fan knows who this guy is. I mean, he was recently inducted as the newest sporting legend, as they call it. And yeah, check out our Instagram. I made a post about him, but at the end of the day, Jimmy Nielsen is an absolutely iconic character, both as a personality and as a player in Sporting Kansas City. He's one of the best that's ever played for the club, and really appreciate everything he's done. So now on to the pickups here. So all of these guys are actually what I would call Sporting Kansas City originals. So they were on the original 2011 Sporting Kansas City team after the rebrand. So for those of you who are maybe newer to MLS, Kansas City is an original club. So MLS's first year in '96, Kansas City had a team. It was then called the Kansas City Wiz. Rebranded the next year as the Kansas City Wizards, and then from '97 to 2010, they were the Wizards, and then 2011 they rebranded to Sporting Kansas City as they are now. So these are all guys that actually played on that original team. So first off here, I have a card from, this is actually an interesting set here. This was a 2011 SP Game Used Soccer. So this was kind of one of the first, and I would say only, kind of high-end MLS products that they ever made. I mean, in recent years, you would look at like Topps Apex as kind of the comparison to this. But it really featured MLS. There were some, I think, women's soccer US players as well, but just a higher-end feel. I mean, they had like dual, triple, auto relics. Every rookie card was numbered. So this is Omar Bravo, authentic newcomers, numbered 499. So every single card of Omar Bravo's is numbered. So Omar Bravo was one of the first designated players to play for the club. He was a really big name. I mean, in terms of high profile guys that Kansas City has ever had, Omar's probably up there in terms of just his international pedigree. He played a lot of years for Chivas Guadalajara before coming to Sporting, and played with the Mexican national team as well. So really big news that Omar started playing for Kansas City. He only played 1 year actually in Kansas City. He played a lot. He had 27 appearances in that season. Scored 9 goals, but I think at the end of the day, Peter has a complicated relationship with his designated players, as any Kansas City fan knows. There were some games he didn't play down the stretch, kind of due to, I would label it kind of his work ethic. I'm not saying Omar Bravo is a lazy player, but Peter, of his central forwards, he needs them to high press, especially at that time. I mean, Kansas City was definitely a pressing team, and Bravo wasn't necessarily that guy. And I think maybe he took it. There was maybe some issues with him and Peter, and at the end of the day, he only ended up playing 1 year. But definitely one of the biggest names that's ever played for Sporting Kansas City. So next up, this is out of 2011 Upper Deck World of Sports. So I would say that this is a very similar product to what you'd see now with Goodwin Champions. So an Upper Deck product that highlights a lot of different sports in one particular product. So you get some guys that you may not get cards from at all, any other product. So this is an autograph of Daveary Arnold. Davey played 10 years for Kansas City. He only played 1 year with Sporting after the rebrand, but he was the captain, as you can see with the R-band here. He was the captain for the original 2011 Sporting Kansas City team. Yeah, I remember watching this guy play for the Kansas City Wizards, both in Arrowhead in a football stadium where the Chiefs play, as well as in a minor league baseball stadium. So Arnaud, he went through it all. He played in every stadium, every jersey, not every jersey, I guess. He wasn't an original player, but bottom line, Arnaud is definitely a guy that saw the rise of Kansas City soccer and was really a part of it from the beginning. Arnaud now, he is actually an assistant coach with Austin FC. Before that, he had some coaching stints with DC United as well as Houston. He was actually the head coach for a brief period of time in Houston. So he's actually coaching underneath Josh Wolf at Austin, who used to be a Kansas City player as well. And they also have Matt Bieler. So you definitely have a pretty heavy Kansas City influence in Austin FC, which is kind of interesting to see. So next up here, this is from 2013 Topps MLS. Really like the looks of these cards. These are the I think this was the 1973 English football look, so kind of a throwback soccer look here. It's Claudio Bieler, who was another designated player for Kansas City. Played many years in Argentina before coming to Kansas City. Was also a fairly big name. I mean, definitely not to the profile of Omar Bravo, but at the time, Bieler was a pretty good player, especially in South America. So another high-priced designated player forward for Kansas City. He did play 2 seasons, 44 appearances over 2 years. He scored 13 goals, and really, honestly, his exit from Kansas City was pretty similar to Omar Bravo's. At the end of the day, there were some playoff games where he was benched. And kind of down the stretch his last year with Kansas City, he honestly was not playing much. There were some reports that he wasn't necessarily happy with the club situation, had kind of fallen out of favor with Vermees, questions about his work ethic, and then he was gone the next year. But Bieler did score some big goals. I think he scored a couple playoff goals, and he was on the 2013 MLS Cup winning team. He did not start that game. He might have come on as a substitute. But yeah, so Bieler, again, one of the long lines of Sporting Kansas City designated players that didn't really live up to expectations. Again, he was fine, but not I don't know if he was really worth the designated player price tag as well as hype as he kind of got coming in. So our last 3 cards here are actually all of the same player. One of my favorite players in Sporting Kansas City history for sure. He is actually still in the league. Aurelien Collin. So here is the English football, same set, 2013 Topps. Anyway, I really love these throwbacks. I mean, MLS products have kind of kept with these throwback looks, at least having some set every year, which I really appreciate, because I'm definitely a guy that appreciates the retro looks and paying homage to the past. So Aurelien Collin, I mean, this guy, I don't know if he will be named a Sporting Legends. I don't know if he quite played long enough, but in my mind, he's still a legendary player. I mean, in terms of his personality, everybody loved him in Kansas City. He really seemed like he enjoyed his time. He came over from France, and Collin, in terms of scoring goals in recent, I guess from the rebrand on, he's probably the best defender in terms of just in the air getting goals with his head, other than I would say Iko Para. Peak Iko Para was probably a little bit better, but Aurelien Collin is second in line. He scored a lot of goals for a defender, and he scored some big goals. He is probably best known in Kansas City for scoring in 2013 MLS Cup. We were down 1-0. He scored in around the 70-something minute to get it tied, and then that game ultimately went into penalties where Sporting won our first MLS Cup since the rebrand. So yeah, Aurelien Collin, absolute legends. Another card here. Here's one of the minis, the Topps Gum kind of retro minis. This is from 2014 Topps. Just a cool looking card. I'm always a fan of minis as well. Very throwback retro look. I mean, it definitely looks like something that you would get out of a pack of gum, right? I like this too. A series of 15 photos representing notable footballers. It's a very old school vibe and look, so definitely happy about adding this card to my collection. And then probably the biggest card that I did pick up, this is from 2013 Topps. MLS. This is a autograph of Aurelien Collin. This was the MLS Maestros, was the subset's name. Cool looking card. He got some nice shine on it, and it's kind of like an artistic type look. Kind of looks like he got some like paint, kind of like a purple and blue look in the background. Yeah, just a really nice looking card, and something that I would say I want more of Topps, or out of Topps. I want more autographs, period, but like I really want more set autographs. I mean, nowadays, there was a year that we didn't have any autographs out of MLS. Now we have autograph cards back, but it's just sticker autographs on a base card. You know, can we have some different insert type sets that look like this? I urge Topps to, in future products, have more, because this is just a cool looking card, and it just better than just having a random base card with a sticker on it. Also like this card because of the picture. He's clapping, presumably to the crowd, probably the Cauldron, which is the main supporters group in Kansas City after a win. And like I said, he was definitely a fan favorite in Kansas City. So this is actually my second Collin autograph. I do have one more. This is out of 2014 Topps as well. Nice little photograph right there, and definitely an iconic jersey, the state line jersey that represents the border of both Missouri and Kansas, because Kansas City, or Sporting plays in Kansas City, Kansas, but obviously has a big following in Missouri as well. So these are also the jerseys that they won the MLS Cup in, and you see the star there. So these are definitely always fondly remembered jerseys in Sporting Kansas City history. So anyways, I hope you guys liked the little mail day here and kind of history lesson on some original Sporting Kansas City players. Let me know what you guys think. If you're a Sporting Kansas City fan, let me know what you guys think of these players and any of these guys, some of your favorite players. I know for me, of these pickups, definitely Collin would be my favorite. He obviously had the longest stints, but I do appreciate what Bravo and Bieler did for the club as well. And for sure, Arno, who was there much longer than any other player. So anyways, plan on seeing more of these mail day pickups featuring Sporting Kansas City players. Like I said, I do want to bolster my PC when it comes to Sporting Kansas City. Yeah, that is it. Like I said, leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more MLS content, both rips and mail days going forward. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.